Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? Awesome. My name is David. I am the artist and owner behind the Five and Dime, and today I'm working on this set of drawers. So yesterday I gave it a coat of the No Pain Gel Stain in Walnut. It's a little hard to see in the lighting, but it's quite splotchy. It's not really an even coat, but that was only one coat. And with the No Pain Gel Stain, I know that you have to leave it dry for about 24 hours before giving it a second coat. So I thought I'd hop on here today and give it a second coat and see if we can do a little bit better with it today. So a couple things. I'm using the Dixie Belle No Pain Gel Stain in Walnut. And this is an oil-based product, so you want to work in a well-ventilated area. The other thing is, well, some of the tall paints and that as well. Give it a good stir. You want to make sure that you mix up all the formula to make sure that you have even distribution as well. And I think yesterday I actually forgot to, and that might be part of the reason why I actually didn't get even coverage. So I just used an old chopstick. Other thing is, wear gloves. I made the mistake yesterday of doing this without wearing any gloves and ended up with it all underneath my fingernails and everything else. It doesn't take that much to wash it off your skin, but when you get it stuck in your nail beds or in your underneath your fingernails, different story. So I'm gonna tip this up so I can see it better, and then I'll show you guys what's going on here. So I just use car sponge for, car washing kits or whatnot, and I find that that actually works really well as far as like having good even coverage as well. So, and then it's basically you just wipe it on until you get the desired effect you want. And I decided I would go with walnut, so it'd be a bit lighter than the espresso, which I really enjoyed that stain as well. I find that the espresso is beautiful for dresser tops, tabletops, etc. Especially when you're doing a painted base, it gives a really nice effect with the contrast. So I'm noticing, I don't know if you can tell, I can still see the blotchiness, and especially right there in the center. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm actually going to press it on instead of wiping it. And I'm finding by doing that, it's giving a more even coat. So if you do run this situation, this might be a fix too. So again, I'm just kind of pouncing it on, almost like you're stenciling on something. And I'm finding that this is giving a mottled, natural look, but at the same time, I'm not getting that streakiness that I had before. And it could have been something in the substrate that I didn't get off properly when I washed it and sanded it. And I did only do really a scuff sand on this. And for those who don't know, No Pain Gel Stain sits on the surface. It's not a penetrating oil. This is actually working out quite well. So what I'm going to do is I'll just bring this up so I can show everyone, and you can see the difference. So if you see, if I can hold this up, there, that's better. So down here, I've been using the sponging on effect, and you can see it's definitely much more even coverage. Over here, that's what it looked like over here as well. So I think I found a solution. So this part, I had wiped some on, but it's just like wiping on and wiping off. By doing the pouncing motion on top, what's happening is that it's actually settling into the spot. So this is gonna make a difference there. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. And for those who don't know, this is for a dresser I've been working on, and it seems like for months, although it's only been a few weeks. And it is a dresser that was inspired by the TV show Yellowstone. I don't know if any of you guys watched that. I know it's quite popular. And in the movie, or show I should say, Beth Dutton wears a Navajo-inspired jacket that's absolutely beautiful. And it's in these turquoises and blues and all different colors, some oranges and some black, etc. And I thought that would look really cool on a dresser. So I decided that I would do that. Okay, so this is turning out absolutely perfect now. And it's funny how the difference of application can make for something being successful or not. Because I was actually kind of worried that I was going to have to like restrip this down or something like that. Making sure my edges are good. And in the center of the drawers, I actually did do a stencil with Dixie Belle paint. And the objective there was that I would end up with a faded, almost ghost stencil effect. And it's actually turning out quite well. Just want to model this a bit to show you the difference. I want to take a little bit of this off. Oh, see? And this is why you look it all over. See, I notice this spot down here doesn't have the stain as well. And down here. And that's actually a really good tip when you're doing anything, whether it's a tabletop or a dresser, drawers, a tray. Make sure you're turning it so you can see the different angles of it, because when the light catches is when you're really going to notice the difference. So I'm just going to take this glove off so I don't mar up the sides of the drawer. And look at the difference. So we now have a relatively even coat across the whole thing. So, and there's that little ghost stencil I was talking about. So that is the second coat on. So now I've got to let this dry, and I'll probably let it dry for about 4 or 5 days, and then I'll give it a top coat to finish it off to make sure that everything is sealed. You can use your water-based top coat over top of this, even though it is an oil-based. Something in the Dixie Belle formula for their clear coats actually works with the no pain gel stain. And I've used it many times without issue. Give me 1 second. So again, kind of the end effect on it. I think it looks pretty good. My only tricky is that I am a little bit concerned that this will end up darker than the base of the dresser itself, because I think it actually might be different wood as well, so which that's obviously going to make it trickier as well. But again, it's no paint gel stain, it sits on the top, so you can actually go over it with multiple coats, just making sure that you allow it to dry in between. I love these gloves for this. Always so much fun when you're trying to get them back on. So I'll show you the dresser, and hopefully I'm not too close. This is Beth in all her glory. The base is now completely finished. So when I say the base, the painted area is completely finished, and this is the stained area. So again, this I'll have to monitor to see how it actually looks against the drawers, because I don't want the drawer fronts to stand out like dog's balls. I just, I want it to be uniform as possible across the top here. So everything done down here has been painted with different shades of Dixie Belle blues. There is a 50-50 mix of cobalt and pure ocean. There is, 50-50% mix for the main color is 50-50% peacock and cobalt. This lighter blue here is a 70% pure ocean, 30% peacock. Then we have Florida orange. We also have latte from the Suzanne's Fall line. And then that's also what the stencil's been done as well. And I continued the stencil around the side as well, so it just adds a little bit of interest on the back without it being too busy, because the front is really the showstopper. So I'm just bringing it back up here. And excuse my messy studio, aka also known as the dining room. So again, same thing. I'm going to go in, use the same process on finishing this drawer as well. And then all I need to do is wait for that to dry, give it a top coat. I'm going to line the drawers as well. I want the drawers nice. I had to replace some of the drawer bottoms. They were quite rough shape. I had to fix almost every single drawer. This was a piece that was being thrown out, and so somebody had posted on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and I rescued it. So actually I'm a superhero too, so there you go. So again, getting that uniform color. I'm going to use a pouncing motion with the sponge, making sure I get the undersides as well. And there we go. Yeah, definitely a much more even coat doing it this way. Not sure what it's going to do as far as having any type of texture after it's done. We'll see. I can always give it a light sanding, and you want to be careful when you are sanding if you do decide to do a light sand between coats, because it sits on the surface. You don't want to be scraping it off basically. So if you are going to sand it, I would say a very high grit sandpaper, a very light touch to get the finish that you want on it. Once the top coat's applied to it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use hemp oil or I'm going to use a clear coat, I'm not sure. I like hemp oil for its durability and the ease of use. I think it's brilliant, brilliant to work with. I find it super simple to use, and it's got quite a durable finish to it as well. So if anybody's ever used it, they'll tell you the same thing. You can get a very durable surface finish with great protection for your piece by using hemp oil as well. And I've done a few pieces with it. I've had no complaints from clients. It's lasted well. It does have that water repellent factor in it as well. But since you can't find gator hide anywhere to save your soul, you need to look at alternatives. I really hope they get that sorted soon. I miss gator hide. Okay, so I'm loving this. So here is the second drawer done. I'm just going to take this glove off to give you a show of that as well. So here is the second drawer done. And again, had the same issue where it was kind of splotchy in that, and now it's been able to even braid out. So you can see just down in the tops of the handles, I think I'll go in probably with a small artist brush and just do a little line of the stain in there. There we go. So that is the No Pain Gel Stain and Walnut in action. Thank you for joining me today. I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you get a chance, pop over to my Instagram at 5anddiamond.ca, and also I'm an affiliate for DIY Supplies here in Canada, and they are a supplier for all things that you need, whether Dixie Belle paints, epoxies, pouring resins, stencils, transfers. They've got a full range of product for all of your furniture art needs and that. So please do use the link that's in my bio. I'd greatly appreciate it. And have a good day, everyone. Thank you.